Okay, so what's this? What do we got here?
So we got just a little weird epiphytic fern. This is Microdama baconium. This is a dendrobium fairfaxii that you're looking at here.
This is more the bridal veil thing from Australia.
Different species. But I mean, to think this is an orchid here, this is an orchid here. These guys here with normal pseudobulbs, and this one here with normal pseudobulbs. Those are all orchids.
They got a diversity of forms. That's probably why they're the largest plant family in existence right now.
They're opportunists. They're very niche oriented.
What is this? What's this guy here with these? You get the pseudobulbs, these weird leaves.
Yeah, beautiful leaves. This is from Peru. It's an unidentified species still, but it's an autoglossum.
What the? Look at us. It looks like a jellyfish. What do you think pollinates this habitat?
That I don't know, but it was told to me as Autoglossum weberbauerianum, and it's not. It's something different. But again, you look at the growth habit of this plant.
These are calli, right? You call those calli, those little studs?
Yes, on the lip there. But look at the growth habit of this plant, and look at the growth habit of this plant, and they're both orchids.
What is this right here?
That's Pleurothallus phalangifera. It's from Colombia. Single stem leaves come up, and they flower out of the center of the leaf. Where these form pseudobulbs, and they flower out of the side of the pseudobulbs. Other things will form pseudobulbs and flower on the tops. Those are typically dendrobiums.
Okay, so what is this? What is this little ball we're looking at right here? This is like a mat.
A species from, the whole genus is from New Guinea. It is mediocalcar. I call it pygmaea, but it may be just a form of decoratum.
What's this? What you got going on here?
This is Masdevallia wardakii. It's from Peru. As I was talking about the heat waves and stuff like that, this is one that really I lost probably about 500 plants.
What's this guy do? Look, he's got a little hood up there.
It's just a Masdevallia with little tails on it. It's usually pollinated by little tiny flies or fruit flies.
Oh, what's that speckling?
Yeah.
Do you think that speckling is that some pollinator benefit maybe? Help draw them in?
Yeah, something does. So I mean, but they're all different. So here's another Masdevallia Etiana. This is from Machu Picchu. In that area.
What do you think? That's bird pollinated, maybe?
This one probably is bird pollinated.
This is more that what'd you say, mediocalcar?
Yep.
The tiny New Guinean one. Look, it looks like little candies. That's what I want to know. Is every one of these plants has a story behind what pollinates it, and why's it got to be like that? Why did it evolve like that? Why does it do that? What's she doing? You can't do that in there. What you doing it?
So
God, look at that.
These are
Why does she look like that?
These are pollinated by fungus gnats, and the lip on them resembles bracket fungi.
Same thing that pollinates all the aristolochias and the... God, look at that thing. Jesus Christ. Wait.
So they always grow pendant, going down, hanging down. But if you look at the lip, it wobbles. You can see how it moves.
Yeah, that labellum. Look at that thing. It's what? So this has got to be epidendroid subfamily too.
It's really the Masdevallias and.
Oh my God. Look at it. Look at that. You got a wobbly labellum, sir. Dracula is the genus here.
Flowers last about 4 months.
So another dendrobium. From what elevation in New Guinea is this?
About 3,400 meters.
God, so this is quite likely bird pollinated too. Okay, what is going on here? This is extremely bizarre.
This is Pleurothallus ornata. It's also known as Pleurothallus scheidii. It's from Mexico, found really high elevation.
How does it do that?
The flowers have a scent of carrion, and so these are actually pollinated by a wasp species that feeds on these little dangling white things, thinking that they are maggots.
Oh my God! So it smells like rotting meat. And that's probably presumably then how the wasp ends up finding the maggots. Is the wasp has a nose for the rotting meat too, and then he goes in there and he gets it. So he gets these basically maggot mimics and pollinates it. Yep. Orchids have covered everything. They've thought of everything in terms of how to get pollinated.
When you stick your nose right up to it, you can get a slight scent of carrion to it. So
okay, so this is that same plant with the dangly maggot tepals. And they come up as weeds for you in the nursery?
Yeah, they get pollinated by something, and probably a little wasp or fly or something, but they get little seed pods, and the seeds sprout, and all over the place after it gets dispersed.
Jesus Christ. And again, what's the habitat? Where are they from?
These are from Mexico, and I've had these ongoing populations for 35 years, 40 years.
What is this?
This is the devil orchid, and I don't know. It has horns on it. But it's just this really neat Pleurothallus that comes from Ecuador. was found, discovered probably about 20 years ago. Toria, I don't know what we call it, but it's Ripsalis.
This Ripsalis, yeah. Look at those flowers. Oh my God. So epiphytic cacti.
This is a super rare species too.
Probably bird pollinated. Yeah. What's the species on this?
This is Himinie.
Himinie from Brazil. Is that a fruit or is that
That's a fruit down there. So.
And so you got seedlings popping up right there.
Yeah, I just took the seed and just or the fruits and smashed them against the mount. Did this one about 2 years ago.
And so they got spines when young, and they just kind of lose them as they.
It's weird. All Ripsalis look like this in their juvenile stage, in their seedling stage, and then they revert to normal growth habits.
Okay, so coming in here, the temperature's what, like 10 degrees warmer than out there. This is the very humid greenhouse.
Yeah, this is an intermediate greenhouse. Most of the orchids found in here are from elevation, say about 3,000 to 5,000 feet. It is heated in the wintertime to about 58, 56, 55, in that range. So,
Scaphosepalum hertzii from Ecuador. What's going on? Look, it's the flower with the schnoz. Look at it. What is it?
Small schnoz.
You see these, you just wonder what is it doing? What it evolved for? And furthermore, what is the origin of the tissue? Is that just a labellum in there or what? I can't even see that.
No, that's not the labellum.
This is the genus we were just looking at, Scaphosepalum. Is this from Ecuador too?
This is from Colombia, this species here.
And it's got the schnoz too.
Yeah, they've been a perfect mustache.
Oh my God. Yeah, I see why people get into orchids. You know, every flower is a new puzzle. How did it evolve like that? What pollinates it? New variation on a theme.
So this is actually the tongue that comes out. It's actually the synsepal. Or the dorsal sepal, I should say.
Oh, so is that's another non-resupinate?
Yeah.
Another non-resupinate orchid. So that's the dorsal sepal right there. Do you know anything about the pollination ecology of these weirdos?
Not a clue.
Let's look at this guy over here. This is another Dracula. What a fucking weirdo. Look at that. Oh my God. What Dracula species is this?
That's Woolworthii.
You got that yellow anther cap up top. You got that labellum. What the shit is the labellum doing? It looks like a little cavity. And everything just covered in hairs and calli and weird appendages and... Let's get a nice shot of the back of that flower. Okay, what is this? This is almost unnerving. What is going on here?
That's Pleurothallus gargantua. So it's the largest flower of the genus.
Pleurothallus gargantua.
Aptly named. Amazing flower.
Little sarcophagus of a... What is going on? Yeah, and what pollinates this?
Probably bee or fly pollinated.
Oh my God. Looks obscene.
There's a bud developing on this leaf right here next to it.
And they got these bracts on it. Is it these? Jesus.
These plants are ever blooming, so they bloom all year round.
Like the way this waxy, kind of coriaceous, leathery leaf forms like a little backdrop for that.
Now there are bigger plants of Pleurothallus. There's some that'll get 9 feet tall with these giant anthurium-like leaves. But as far as flower size, this is the monster.
So Pleurothallus, it's a neotropical genus?
It's found just in North America and South America. So
how many species roughly?
Probably about 1,400, 1,500, maybe up to 1,800.
So this is a form that's having a lot of ecological success.
Oh, very much so. It's orchids everywhere.
Another Dracula. And then you got these roots, just all that velamin, just covered in algae and just soaking up moisture.
Just like it does in nature.
It's tiny. The roots are like 10 times as long as the plant. There's the plant up there. Just an epidendrum of some sort?
Yeah, it's an epidendrum with some seedlings of Pleurothallus triptorantha that have sprouted around it.
An epiphyte's growing on an epiphyte.
Yep.
So this is Dracula marsupialis. Look at it. It's hilarious.
You see the lip the way it wobbles.
I got to read some papers on these guys now. I didn't even know about this.
So this mimics a fungus.
God, look at it. Just dangling down, waiting for the fungus gnats to get in there. I've never seen a plant that mimics a mushroom. The flower's mimicking a mushroom. So this greenhouse, this is basically a conservation greenhouse in addition to just a retail nursery. A lot of what you're doing is conserving. You're basically keeping these things, well, you know, maybe their habitat's getting destroyed in some places, and you keep them here, propagate them, and...
I like to maintain a base collection of 6 to 10 of everything. just so I could propagate it and always have them available in the future. A lot of things are not for sale. It doesn't matter how much money you throw at me, they're not for sale. So
Do you ever end up working with researchers or research
yes,
institutions?
I do quite a bit. And I do provide a lot of plants to the Smithsonian, the U.S. Botanic Garden, and a bunch of botanical gardens all over the United States.
It's great. So there's a benefit. It's not just, you know, we're trying to make money. It's we're trying to basically do good for.
No, I'm a conservationist first, but I have to keep my people paid and employed, and so I do sell plants. But if it's not for sale, it's not for sale.